I want to hit us with some drama.
Let's go with a
just
drama.
a little bit.
Okay,
just
this
a little
is something
bit.
that I can get into because I enjoy
know
dramas.
You've been on some crazy stuff recently.
Wait,
you've been going on some rants politically.
Yeah, politically. I want to touch on a little bit of drama. Now, just to give you guys some context, a little bit of backstory. I used to watch a movie talk show on YouTube called Collider. Some of you might know this. It was the biggest movie talk show on YouTube for
a
hot minute. And I really enjoyed it. And then they started chilling out to the big corporations, not reviewing movies accurately, saying that movies were good when they weren't. And so it fell apart.
Not giving honest opinions.
The company basically died, and everybody kind of went their own ways. One of these guys, John Rocha, posted on Twitter about Andor, the new Star Wars
that came out.
show.
That's been 2 weeks since you're watching this.
There's
Andor
a lot of
today.
stuff. There's
This
a lot
ain't
of
drama.
stuff. This is drama. There's a lot of stuff to talk about involving Andor, and I haven't seen it yet, so we're not going to be going into details.
3 episodes so far.
And also, we're not going to be going into a ton of, hate or ratioing or anything about this person or this tweet. There's just a specific part I want to talk about. So let's pull it up.
Oh, first I want to show this. Speaking of, let's not get political.
What does it say?
Is it
Targeting
targeting
Whitey.
Whitey? All right, that sets
It's
us up.
like
for
a stormtrooper.
All right, what?
So Rocha said, some Star Wars shows might get pissed at me, but if I see any Andor review that features all white people, I'm going to call it out. Andor has a Latino lead and deals with the migrant experience. Get Latinos or people with immigrant experience in this space to be your guests.
Which we have. You.
I'm not. I'm not. It may surprise It may surprise many of you. I'm not Latino or Latinx or whatever.
Your
the
genetics
politically
are
correct
similar to
term.
mine.
Yeah, they actually are. I might have a little bit more Native American.
Yeah,
in
that's
touch.
probably where.
Just a sliver.
And nor do I have immigrant experience. However, number one, I'd like to mention this.
So I can't comment because I'm white.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. I'm
So
the closest.
freedom of speech is not a thing anymore.
Not when it comes to
Right?
movie reviews.
There are no Latinos in Star Wars. There's nobody from Mexico in the Star Wars universe. There's nobody from America. There's nobody from Canada.
Wait, but
There's
what about
nobody
the
from
guy that
Africa.
held his blaster like that?
You're thinking of something else.
You're thinking about Chicago.
This is
There are
a
few from
fake
Chicago.
world with
Yeah.
different people. And so to do if they are doing an immigration story, it doesn't have to be with Latino actors. It doesn't. You could do it with white actors. You could do it with Asian actors. You could do it with anybody because they're not the same as us.
Is that guy wearing a cowboy hat?
Yeah, the outlaw, John Rocha.
I got thoughts, bro. I got words.
Look, my big question is: do you guys think that in order to comment on stories, fantasy stories, in order to comment on them, in order to talk about and criticize these movies, because sometimes they need to be criticized, you have to have somebody to represent whatever political message they're throwing into the movie?
Okay.
You think
so
that's needed?
Apparently Hollywood thinks this. Since the freaking Kenobi came out, now that they're calling people racist, all right? They had people calling people racist or sexist for She-Hulk. They had people calling us racist for Amazon Prime's The Rings of Power. Now we're getting called racist again for talking about this, for giving an opinion that we do multiple days, every single week, many, many hours. We are pretty darn good at analyzing stories and films and being able to break it down. We are on our way to becoming better, but we're pretty good at it at this point.
Yeah,
Our
I enjoy
thoughts
it.
are logical, and if they're not logical, we get spanked in the comments and we recalibrate
I
if
like
we're
a good
incorrect.
spanking.
However, no, we do not need diversity to comment on something. That is the problem with this freaking narrative in general.
I'd say especially fantasy stuff where where these kinds of why are we interjecting modern politics into fantasy? Escapism.
This is insanity. This is idiotic. And if I could use harsher language, I would. This is frickin'. This is idiotic. It's retarded. Okay, that's what it is.
The hard R. Give us your thought, Josh.
I don't. So, I think there is things and experiences that we aren't involved in because we are white males. But
no, we are humans. Unlike Jaden Smith, we're humans.
Unlike Jaden Smith.
No, but it has nothing to do with what we comment about a show. But I'm done with all of this. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm just done.
That's the problem. There's nothing to talk about anymore. So what are we going to do? Just be done with talking about movies? We have to talk about stuff.
We have to
No,
shit.
we're still going to talk about it. I just don't. I'm done talking about this whole race thing. Why is this a thing?
The problem it's because it keeps coming up. Everybody wants to let this go.
No,
the fans want to be like, we've been happy with the diversity we've seen so far. You know, the diversity we've gotten in Star Wars, diversity that we've gotten in Star Trek, even back in the 80s and 90s. You know, diversity on all sorts of different things. They're trying to sell this product based on this.
Andor has a Latino lead that deals with migrant experience. No, it's not.
No, it's Star Wars. It's about making money.
No, it's not. Even if the writers intended for it to be that way, it's not. It is about fighting the Empire, and they casted people who are Latino to be people that are not actually Latino. Just because they look and they have an accent, it doesn't matter. We're talking about Star Wars. We're talking about a galaxy far freaking away, okay?
Yeah, the biggest reason I don't know that I'm going to watch this show isn't this reason. It's that I am so bored with this time in Star Wars history. This in between the Empire and A New Hope, so bored. In between Order 66 and A New Hope, it's so boring. They've done so many things in this particular time. It's like, can we not think of something new, please?
No.
Please. This is just one.
Well, it's the most anti-American narrative in the Star Wars history.
This is just one of the many Andor things that's been coming out. Actually, what I've heard other than this from the movie, from people I like, are that the show is pretty mid.
Yeah.
Mid-range.
Yeah. It's mid. It's not good. It's not terrible. It's just kind of boring.
I'm probably not going to watch it because I didn't even care for Rogue One. Like, I feel like there was...
It's a prequel to a prequel.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's no story there. It's like they're trying to... All of Star Wars is a lot of the same stuff. And I want to see something else in the Star Wars universe. We've talked about on this podcast and on the studio stuff before that it would be cool to have, like, you know, something... The Star Wars universe is so vast, but yet we've always just kind of gone so, like, minute and, like, taken a small part of it. Why don't we just get, like, some guy that's on not a desert planet, maybe I don't know, water planet. Let's just get Waterworld in Star Wars universe.
Can we tell a story about a main character that isn't human? There's so many in the Star Wars universe.
No.
Yo, justice for the Mon Calamari.
You can't. You're not allowed.
Where's the Mon Calamari representation?
Because they won't put their money behind anything that doesn't have a woke narrative intention. And so every story is going to be a diverse character that goes through hardship and comes out triumphant through their own willpower and no one else helping them, especially not white
the
characters.
Whites. Did you guys see the interview with the one lady who was like, so this character, she's like she's in this profession and she's just surrounded by men. Ugh. She says it just like that, men, and they're all just kind of these inept boys. I was like, ugh. if they didn't release this stuff before these shows came out, the shows would get more people watching them.
Yeah.
Surrounded by men. What show was this for?
I don't know. It was like an interview. It was an interview with the actors.
Surrounded by men. Men. Is that what you think of us? We'll go away. We'll go to Mars and leave you here. We'll bounce.
I don't identify as human.
I'm about to join Jaden right now, bro. He might be onto something.
I want
honestly.
to
be. It's gonna be me and Young Smith just going to Mars together.
My pronouns are.
I don't want to avoid this. I know we need to talk about it, but I'm kind of done at this.
I don't want to do this every week.
I
like talking about stuff that I like. But I do kind of want to do a drama thing every once in a while.
Okay, tell the rest of the story, though, because I got one more slide.
What's the rest of the story?
The next day.
No, it was same day. So Rocha got ratioed hard.
Wait, this guy did?
Yeah, he got ratioed hard.
Hit us with it.
What happened? So he backpedaled. He said, intelligent people know I was asking for inclusion of Latino Star Wars reviewers on predominantly white reviewer shows. But it's funny seeing so many people outing themselves in these replies as angry racists because I dared to say I would call it out. Oh boy.
I hope this.
Then he turned off certain comments from the tweet. Yeah. So only people who follow him and that he follows can comment on the tweet.
Listen, Mr. John, I don't know you, so you might have done wonderful things in your life. This is not a good look.
No, it's
bro.
not. Frick off. Do we have another drink?
I hope
this is the last one.
I hope John sees this. He said he's looking out for it.
He's looking out
for it.
We're
on all white.
We have to review the show.
It'll come. We're an all-white reviewing show.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch the show.
We're an all-white reviewing show. I'd like you to find our video.
Nah,
I would like you to. We'll bait and switch him. We'll put review in the thing. But we're just talking about him.
I had another thought about. I'm gonna out myself here. I did reply to somebody I follow who was talking about Andor, who was saying he wasn't criticizing. He was saying it's basically just kind of boring. And I said, look, this guy's British. I said, look, if you're not a Wookiee who has experience running spice past Empire blockades, please don't criticize Star Wars. All right, you need somebody with that experience in this space.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 1 second. I have one more thought.
I think I'm a poor because I never get as much as everybody else.
What John is concerned about is he's concerned about people being racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we've always said.
That's probably
and what we will remain consistent on, unlike you. I'm not done. Unlike you, John, who becomes a shill for the big dollars, we will call a show bad and review it bad. If it's bad. So what bad means is obviously a lack of writing integrity,
I like this one too.
A lack of intrigue, a lack of acting talent, a lack of visual creativity, which honestly, Andor, the trailer has a thing that I had a visceral reaction to. It shows a ship that looks like a Wyatt dubbed as a JPEG.
A JPEG.
Thrown on a video clip.
But in addition to all those things, there's the inclusion of identity politics and virtue signaling.
But the thing is,
woke stuff.
It's people like this that are causing us to be angry at that.
If the reviewers weren't getting paid.
Have we mentioned one thing about that they made the entire House Valerian and House of the Dragon black? Have we mentioned one negative thing?
No.
Quite the opposite. We're quite pleased with how it's turning out.
Pretty happy.
Do we care about who's playing who?
That's the big thing. The Rings of Power has called fans racist and everything. And House of the Dragon it's been like everybody's like, but we love this. Yeah. There's race swapping in this.
Thank goodness that they released it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we actually have a bouncing.